Hello everyone. In our previous video, we have learned how to code an indicator, and we have coded a custom indicator step by step. And we have learned a custom indicator includes three main parts: callback function, data input, and data output. And we will talk about how the indicator line is calculated in this video. Let's see how the indicator line is converted from the chart to a line. The process is complicated. We need to analyze the structures, and we need to know their positions in the map. Okay? First of all, and we need to know, callback function is in the central part, in the central position of the map. And the data input is on the left, and the data output is on the right of the map. When we want to calculate an indicator line, and we need to pass a context to the callback function, and one context contains four parts: the parameters, the data input, the data output handle, and the calculated length. And the data input handle includes key value pairs. So volume projection to 0, time projection to 1, open projection to 2. So this part is the name, and this part is index. Of course, we can arrange the order arbitrarily, and we can make time projection to 0. We can make open projection to 0 as well. So we can order them arbitrarily. In our previous example, we made volume as 0, index of 0. So to simplify the experiment, we will make volume projection to 0 as well. So in the callback function, we need to use API to get the parameters, the data input handle, and the data output handle, and the calculated length. We have provided 4 APIs to get this information. We can use getDataInput to get the data input handle, and we can use getDataOutput to get data output handle, and we can use getIndiParameter to get the parameters. We can use getCalculatedLength to get calculated length. And then we can use this information to do the calculation and to generate the line. Okay? So when we finish the calculation, we need to put the output into an array, the data output handle referred to. So in our example, we made test as the name of the data output. So we need to set test as the parameter of the calling of getDataOutput. And we need to notice in our system, the data is indexed from left to right. That means the oldest data, we need to use 0 to specify the oldest data. And we need to use length minus 1 to refer to the latest data. The same with the indicator line. So we need to use 0 to projection the oldest data, and we need to use length minus 1 to refer to the latest data. Okay? And another point is the callback function is triggered by the tick data. So when we receive streaming quotes, and the callback function would be called, and the return value of get calculated length is 0 while the callback function runs initially. So the first time the get calculated length would return 0, and after the first run, and the get calculated length will always return data input length, the length of the data input minus 1. So it will be always equal to data out input dot length minus 1. So we need to remember this rule. Okay, so by using this process, and we can convert the chart to an indicator line. In our next video, and we will talk about how to get the parameters and how to use parameters to generate an indicator line. Okay, hopefully this video can help you learn how to code an indicator line. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.